Chairman, MBA, FCT branch, colleagues on the high table, great lawyers of the FCT, of the Unity Bar. Speaking to you this afternoon is Henry Ewunono. I chair the National Committee on Advocacy of the Nigerian Medical Association. Honorable Sununu is not in the country, he is outside officially, still in connection with the ongoing Lassa epidemic and probable corona epidemic. We pray corona doesn't visit us. The person standing in front of you will be finding it difficult speaking like a government person because I am an activist. Maybe next time let MBA invite activists so that they can hear all the truth. My sister, who is now the company secretary and associate medical practitioner, is now seeing it all. People feel, oh, private hospitals, they rake in all the millions and so on and overcharge their patients and so on. You now know how NESA Group is trying to balance the accounts. Therefore, when the Compulsory Treatment of Gunshot Victims Act 2017 was enacted, and it was just knee-jerk reaction to the issue of you must not treat with police paper. Nobody wondered, about who we pay and capacity to pay. Nigerian Medical Association, let me state this, that Honorable Sununu is still a National Officers Committee member of NMA by virtue of the fact that he is the immediate past Secretary General. So some activism is still left in him. He was one of those that led us on a march on the streets of Abuja for the implementation of the National Health Act. Section 11 provided for the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. Yes, we have been asking about the patient's right and so on, right to life, right to dignity of the human person, and so on. Are they enforceable? But for the first time, Section 11 of that Act, National Health Act 2014, provided for the establishment of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, which is to facilitate basic healthcare package for all citizens. For the first time in history, Nigerian government has remembered that it has responsibility. If you have a daddy that cannot pay your school fees, cannot provide for food in the house, what sort of daddy is that daddy? So that act gave teeth to the thinking that yes, we are citizens and we have a father who can now provide for us. Unfortunately, since 2014, it was only last year that the first tranche was released. But I speak with you, there are still a lot of go front and go back because of the clocks men have decided to put on the path. Nigerian Medical Association asks, or is asking, the FAC allocation, does it go through any regulation mechanism? The people know there is this 13% allocation for producing states, then the other one shared according to the 3 tiers, and everybody knows what he gets. So why come and put certain regulatory mechanisms, some stumbling blocks? States have to express interest with 100 million each, have to establish this and so on. So, my elderly mother in the village has not been able to benefit from that package. What MBA is seeking to do today is right. Thank you, Professor Wakwe and my sister that have just given the expose on this. The Nigerian Bill of Rights, facilitated by the Consumer Protection Council, now Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. MMA was a principal partner that sat with them to say, let us produce, step down the provisions of Section 20 to 30 of the National Health Act, which spoke of obligations under the health system. Let us codify, let us step it down. Patients' rights, patient's responsibility, provider responsibilities, and so on. But there is something that Nigerians are not asking. Vicarious liability. You have employed a doctor, fine and good. Is he qualified? Yes, he is. He has come to work, but he has nothing to work with. He keeps on losing patients. So, what happens? Patients and their relations say, oh, doctor, nurse. A scenario was painted, I think by Professor Wakwe, about a woman. Women here know, who have gone through labor ward, know that second stage of labor, that's when the baby is coming out. Nothing can stop it. It's point of no return. If that woman will deliver, through that part. Yes, but sometimes the nurse will say, please, I'm alone. There are 4 women ready to push. Please hold it there, so that the baby may not, placenta may not detach early, the baby will fall from the table to down. It has happened in some instances. Because there is only one midwife attending to 10 women in labor. Go to Wuse Hospital now, go to Maitama Hospital. You will see another Wuse market inside Wuse Hospital. Yes, it's good to, Nizar group, you will not see it. You have the finest of Abuja women whose husbands are well-to-do and so on, air-conditioned environment. In my village health center, they are still using, the thread women use in tying their hair. That's the one they're using to suture women after delivery when they've been given a cut. Because the 3 tiers of government, this one we are talking about, is only the federal level that is even talking back to us. The state, the local government areas, they don't bother, yet they have roles to play. Still speaking through, Dr. Sonunu speaking through me, he said the laws are there. There is even a plan to make the patient's Bill of Rights a law. So a legislation, the bill is in the assembly, hopefully it will be passed. The National Health Act is there. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is amended. They are there. So what is left is enforcement. But because I'm here, let me also, for knowledge and learning, react to some issues. The Professor Okwe made reference to the skyrocketed payouts from litigation for medical malpractice. It came to a point in the United States and they asked themselves, do we continue like this? On one side of the scale, you put legalistic medicine or defensive medicine, where if you come, you say abdominal pain, I will request for all the investigations, including CT scan, MRI, so that you will not say the reasonable doctor would have, because this technology is now with us, so why didn't you request for it? But do you really need it? Who will pay for it? Insurance penetration is still less than 5% since 2005. So let's weigh it to what we can do here. I don't know how many of us here who have doctors, nurses as relations. Any day you see them come back from work, worn out, tired, sad, that doctor must have certified somebody dead. That nurse must have packed a corpse. We don't leave our homes and say, today I will certify 10 people dead. No. Unfortunately, they do happen. What we are saying is, yes, we are not saying allow us go scot-free. We know some of us are negligent. Yes. We know the conduct of some of us fall below what the reasonable man, the reasonable doctor should do. However, in a system like ours, what do we do? That is food for thought to you. So as you are seeing opportunities, you are seeing another oil, crude oil, yes, in the area of medical legislation, please think again. MMI will be suing for collaborative partnership. In 2013, January 2013, NMA invited Oke Wali-san, then president of MBA, to Asaba to open the path for this partnership, to call for reforms. There's no doubt MPA has the stronger, louder, more audible voice than NMA. We are supposed to be quiet, keep quiet, don't talk. You know, your profession is humanitarian, you shouldn't talk. But NMA can shout, MPA can shout. So help us shout for reforms in the health system. Build greater, stronger health system that can withstand shocks. The one that is better funded, the one that is better governed, the one that can deliver oversight, stewardship. Part of the National Health Act says the minister and commissioner in the states, they will present annual reports on the health of the health system and health of Nigerians to the National Assembly annually. Nobody is asking for that report. Nobody. Thank you. Chairman said you asked. So, then, another dictum, just like we have heard about corporate governance and so on, that is sanitizing the financial world. There is also the equivalent in the medical world called clinical governance. NMA has been asking that the Federal Ministry of Health adopt this so that our practitioners at all levels could be guided. You must follow standard operating procedures. Till tomorrow, the 12-pillar clinical governance developed by the NMA, nobody has paid attention to it. Mention was made about placenta being received. Yes, placenta can come in bits, and that's why some women will keep on bleeding after delivery when they are discharged. Sometimes they have to go for evacuation, re-evacuation. It could come in bits. It may not be complete. However, something else. So, we don't know what was received. But in the modern world, every tissue removed from the human body must be subjected to histology. So let us sue for this. These are some of the reforms we are asking about. Somebody will say, but are there pathologists and histology labs everywhere? Why are they not there in Nigeria in the year 2020? Why are we still practicing backyard medicine? I will not take your time so much. I will just land still on reforms. Complete redress mechanism. We can partner to strengthen it. We have been told that ADR may be a better alternative than endless litigation. Let me also cite one of the reasons why regulation is weak in our system. The Indian Medical Council was established in 1946. It has only been dissolved 3 times. The eventual date of either chairman and some members. 3 times since 1946. The Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria was established in 1964. It has been dissolved over 20 times. Recall that when this administration came in 2015, they even dissolved National Judicial Council, and MPA cried blue mother that you cannot do that. You cannot imagine the General Medical Council in the UK dissolved for 1 day. But here we stay up to some 2 years, since 1999. Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria has existed cumulatively for not more than 7 years, since 1999. When an administration comes, they will dissolve with other boards. They don't know. Lend our voice. Strengthen regulatory bodies. The investigation panel proves culpability. Then tried by the tribunal, the Medical and Dental Practitioners Tribunal, which has the same jurisdiction as the High Court. Therefore, if we have these systems and they grow, capacity is built over time. Or sometimes, people who have gone through, who have had issues, will tell you is that they fear the Medical and Dental Tribunal more than the common law court. Because everybody you are addressing there, they know what you are talking about. They know that you are lying. I don't say lawyers lie in court. On this note, we wish Dr. Sudunu will come back in safety. We wish MPA, FCT, happy deliberations. But please come and partner with us. We are not afraid to change for the better. But please, watch it. Don't take us yet to court. Come, let us be better. The life you may save may be yours. Thank you.